Super Bowl team and now these haters salty.
All right, welcome to IE Sports Radio. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, and your girl Bex. We are the East Coast Red and Gold. What's going on, guys?
Happy Wednesday.
Usual.
It's a good one.
We're over the hump.
Mid 80s in Maine, totally normal, totally normal, totally fine, brisk.
Yeah,
Nice.
Hot today.
It does, however, make me want a little jerky though. Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky is an all brisket jerky with gluten-free options, no MSG, no sodium nitrate, and of course, it's low in sugar and high in protein. It's some of the best jerky that you can get your paws on. You can find out more at planetjerky.net. Brisket beef jerky that's on a whole other planet. And of course, make sure to follow us on IE Sports Radio on all the social media that you can find. iesportsradio.com/East Coast Red and Gold.
Awesome. All right, well, we got a special guest with us tonight. We got Anthony Boobie Dixon. What's up, Boobie D?
What's up? How y'all doing? Thank y'all.
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just got off the field working with these youngins. Came in to hang out with y'all now.
Awesome.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
How old are the kids you're coaching?
They high school, Lee High School in Los Gatos, California.
Excellent.
So were you coaching down in Mississippi too?
Yep, I was in Mississippi, and I've been out here for 2 years now. So I was there for 5 years now. Now this is my second year here.
Okay. I thought you were coaching there last year, but you're out in Cali now. Got it.
Yeah, I'm out in Cali now.
Good stuff. All right, so diving right into it before we get into the current 49ers, you spent some time with the Niners, you spent some time with the Buffalo Bills. We'll get your scouting report on the Bills shortly because we play them December 1st. But your favorite 49ers memory of being on the team?
My favorite memory? It's so many good ones. Let's see. Probably would be my favorite memory though. What was when we won the NFC Championship in Atlanta, against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Man, it's like, and then I was kind of at home. I had a big first down late in that game on a 3rd-and-1 run, that helped keep the drive going for us to sink them. So, my family got to see that. I had a lot of family in the stands that game. And I just remember how happy we were and how we was running all across the field, when we beat them. And, what I'm saying? Then it was like us realizing our dream had came true that we was going to the Super Bowl, man. It was top. Can't beat it.
Yeah, we were. I remember that game. I was at my brother's house, and it was just, it was crazy.
It was
and
crazy
then
because we was down like 18
Yep.
points, 19 points. They was up like 21-3, something like that, and we came all the way back. And man, the celebration in the locker room and on the field, it was just nothing like I felt before. So that was awesome.
That's pretty awesome. All right, so you were on the team with Jim Harbaugh. Now we have Kyle Shanahan coaching 7 years in. Have you noticed are there any similarities, differences? What are your thoughts?
I think it is. They definitely have some similarities. I think they both are player coaches. I think both of them been around the game so long, they kind of know what it's like to be, on the player side. I'm not sure if Kyle played in the NFL, but I know he been around the game for a long time, being with his dad and, what I'm saying? So he almost like a player, you know what I'm saying? So they both got a lot of knowledge and they easy to relate to. And I know when I walked up to Kyle doing training camp last year, when I was going to some of the training camp practices, he kind of felt like one of the guys. Felt like he was talking to one of the, former players, and, he just could relate. So I see a lot of characteristics that they got that's similar.
Any differences?
Differences. I think Cal. I know for sure from me watching. I don't think Cal is as animated as Jim was. Like Jim was the character now. Like and he's so funny in the memes and inside the building. Like he's just his mannerisms, just how he is. Like he just be doing funny stuff, and I don't even think he know he did funny. But you could just glance at him and just catch him over there. He would be doing something funny.
So of the two, which one would get invited to the cookout?
Both, both.
Both?
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Bang bang 90 gang. We're a family. I'm all y'all welcome. Everybody welcome.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hey,
Party at Boobie's
I'm there.
house.
BYOB though. BYOB though, because bring
That's fine.
your own drink. Just bring your own drink.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's where
That's how we
you
roll.
lose money. Totally understand on that. Question
Boobie,
for
keep
you.
on, Harbaugh, what do you think the expectations are for him being back in the NFL this year? What do you think is going to happen? How's that
with
work?
Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Oh man, he gonna be hard to handle. I seen that guy work with from zero and take a team all the way to the NFC Championship game. I was a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think teams gonna have to be ready for him. We all know he know his stuff. He gonna have the guys ready to go. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be a smart football team. They gonna play smart because Harbaugh don't allow you to be on the field if you don't play smart. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're gonna be trouble. They're gonna be trouble.
Cool.
What were you gonna ask them?
You still get your first your first touchdown score from the Saints game?
Yeah, I do. I have it. I think it's at home. Yeah, but I definitely got that first one for sure.
Do you remember that? Like, do you remember scoring that touchdown? Do you remember anything about it? Like,
Oh yeah, I'll never forget that. First career carry, first touch in the end zone. I said, oh yeah, I was built for this. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that came across my mind. So, man, yeah, it's definitely an unforgettable moment.
All right. So last year was a special season for the 49ers. Going all the way to the Super Bowl, should have won it. What are your expectations for them going into the season this year?
Oh, I think everybody know what the expectation are. It's Super Bowl or bust. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're not gonna, act like we don't want it. We want the big one. We want the big one. So, you know, I think the guys they ready for it. I think they, done took their little bumps, and I think if you ask any guy in that locker room, especially walking off that field last year, it's Super Bowl or nothing.
How hard is it though to get refocused after a Super Bowl loss? I mean, you've experienced it. The morning period in the off season, it seems like there's a huge letdown, and the guys are all feeling that a little bit, and over these past few months. So how hard is that to really like conjure up all of that energy and gusto and get back at it, or does that really feed your, really?
Oh yeah, it definitely fuels the fire. At first it's tears for about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And then once those 2 weeks are over, you kind of calling up the guys like, hey man, what we gonna do about this? And then the only thing we can do is get back to work. Get back to work, get back on the grind. And that's kind of what we did that year. I'll never forget, us losing. And then I believe like 2 weeks, no more than 3 weeks. We was right back at San Jose, working out with the strength coach, about 8 or 9 guys, like getting it in, led by Justice Smith, Patrick Willis, Paris Harrison, Ray McDonald, Vernon Davis was there. Like we all was just like, man, we can't stop here. We ain't come this far just to come this far. Like we got to get back at them. We got to get it back. So, man, if they smart, they'll get back to work ASAP.
Very cool.
Yeah, a lot of people say, is this the last chance? Is our Super Bowl window closing? Brock Purdy's due for an extension, after this coming season. How does that, how do you think that factors in, from a player? How does that factor into the Super Bowl window? Like it closing, it staying open. You got a quarterback who's going to have an extension. But we got the Brandon Ayuk contract that's looming. Like, what are your thoughts with all that?
Um, I've definitely been having some arguments with some people about that. I don't think it's the end for those guys, because it all starts with Brock, and he in like his second year, third year now.
They're
You
going
know what
into
I'm saying?
3, yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, as long as you got Brock playing the way he playing, I think the older guys on the team is gonna teach those younger guys the ways, and if they smart, they'll just pick up where they left off. Now you're not gonna find a Trent Williams, everywhere, or even a Debo everywhere, but you'll be able to find guys that can kind of simulate close to what those guys were and what they do, and I think you just plug and play, plug them in. I think we got draft picks coming up for the next couple years. We got good picks, so I think we'll be able to stack our team and keep this going for a while. And then you look on the defensive side, we got guys like Bosa, who's still young, Fred Warner, look like he got 4 or 5 more years of wheels. Dre look good. Ward look good, so I think we got a bunch of, I wouldn't say young superstars, but they not old either. So,
Exactly.
I think we good.
Argue with people too, because I just find it so like odd that people just say like, like this is our last year, we're not going to keep the core together. This is an old team, like I don't see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we've had that discussion on this show, and we echo what you said. Like, people say we have an old team. They're not old.
Yeah.
They're in
Yeah.
their prime right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Guys are 26, 27. When did that become old?
Right.
It's the weirdest thing to hear people say that.
Yep. I agree. I think we gotta, like you say, we like medium. We like medium right now. We definitely not old. And we're not too young. So
Exactly.
I like where we at.
We're in the sweet spot. We're just ripe, right? You're not overripe.
Right.
You're not underripe. Yeah.
Right. Now in about 2 more years, we can talk. Come back in about 2 more years. About 3 more years, come back. But nah, we good. We just gotta keep reloading. Every year it's gonna be a reload. We not rebuilding no time soon, We got our quarterback, we got receivers, we got linemen, we got everything. Every year is a reload for us right now.
It's the
Yeah, definitely.
Maddenization of things. Like, people are like, oh, well, I did my franchise mode and I had to get rid of somebody after like 5 years. It's like,
too much Madden.
That's what I honestly think it is. Like,
Right.
I'll blame Madden. But, like, also the salary cap, you know what I mean? They're used to people leaving every 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can also blame the NBA too. I blame LeBron. You can blame LeBron for LeBron.
I think the biggest thing is they just tired of seeing us on top, and they tired of seeing us winning. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's really the biggest problem. So they just looking for anything. Oh, they old. They gonna be old. Like, okay, well, y'all gonna get beat up by some old men next year.
There you go.
Fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're having fun doing it. The guys always look like they're having the best time.
Right. I don't know why they sleeping on the old school, but old school is in.
Exactly. That's great.
Yeah, and like you said, it definitely helps that we have Brock Purdy. This is his first off season that he's not having limited reps, or he's not rehabbing an injury. We have a full off season with Brock Purdy getting better at his craft. Running back talk. What's that?
No, and I was just gonna say, I was hanging out with Brock them what a 49ers organization at Carmel about 2 weeks ago. And Brock, with Brock at quarterback, I am definitely not worried about our team because he's such a likable guy and he's so smooth. I know those guys are going to fight through walls for him and fight through bricks for him because he's just so cool and so humble. So we definitely got our guy. Definitely got our guy.
I'm jealous that you met Brock.
Next time I'll invite you. I'll invite you for sure next time. We might hit that thing up together.
All right. Sounds good. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah.
You will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
We're a package,
Yeah, but like Jess for sure.
That's right.
Jess is, yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So
right into
some running back talk. We have CMC, Elijah Mitchell, JP Mason, Isaac Guerrero, who we just drafted, Corey Schrader, who's undrafted. What do you like about this running back room?
I think it's a lot to like about them. We got a little bit of mixture of everything. We got guys that can, do it all for real. We got big guys that can pound it in between the tackles. We got speed. We got shiftiness with C-Mac. Mitchell got the power. Then the new guy, I can't wait to see how he looked behind our offensive line. You never know what he can do with all this speed. So, you know what I'm saying? We got a nice room, and whatever the other guys bring to it, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna add more. I think we deep for sure. I don't know if all those guys gonna be there when it's all said and done, but we definitely got a deep running back room for sure.
Now you alluded to the offensive line.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that right side of the offensive line is, needs some work. What are your thoughts on the offensive line?
They ain't lying. They need a little work, But, it's all part of it. I think those guys on this side are young. You know what I'm saying? They young. So did I expect, those guys to come in and play perfect and not give up no sacks? No, it's the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Those guys out there on the other side on defense get paid for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, it was okay to see them struggle some. It's okay. They're young guys. But, yeah, I think this year they're going to learn from that tape. They're going to learn from that tape, and they're going to be better for it. The only way to go from how they ended is up. You know what I'm saying? Because, we took the L. We was down out there. Now it's time to go back up, learn from your mistakes, and keep fighting.
I think we found our fifth member of the East Coast Red and Gold podcast.
Man. Yeah, no doubt.
Couldn't agree more.
That's like everything we say, like almost every week.
And Boobie, by the way, right? You grew up a Niner fan. If that's a fact, right? You were not just a player, but you were a lifetime member.
Yeah, I was, man. I used to love Jerry Rice. And, when I first started to play football, I was a big baseball guy at first, but when I started playing football, kind of searching for my team, red was always one of my favorite colors. And then I seen this Rice guy. They was like, he from Mississippi. I was like, oh, that's my guy.
Oh, yep.
This my team.
Hometown. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They winning. Red and gold look good. I was like, oh, them uniforms, fire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I became a Niner fan. I also love Walter Payton. He was my favorite running back. But Jerry was my favorite player because, of course, he was killing, scoring all the touchdowns. They was winning. I like winners. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all do too. I couldn't be a Saints fan because they was just trash. People was wearing trash bags in the stands.
Bags, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not cheering for them. I'm not. And I got a lot of people from where I'm from because Louisiana's so close.
Right.
It's like Saints. I'm like, I'm not cheering for the Saints. Y'all crazy. But
I ain't wearing no paper bag, right?
Yeah, I'm not wearing no paper bags. I'm like, you see, they got people wearing paper bags in the stands? No.
My cousin Debbie lives in Clinton, Mississippi, and big old Saint fan.
Yep,
paper bag.
everywhere.
She's all fancy. She's got a fancy one.
They everywhere.
Right. So going back to your playing years, who was your favorite teammate?
Who was my favorite teammate? Man, I loved all my guys, but if I had to name one, probably Alden Smith.
Big
Alden
Alden.
Smith. He came in I think a year after me, and man, his energy and his performance was just so electric and so easy to gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? He was a fun person to kind of hang around, but he was also an awesome player. He had some struggles, some personal struggles, but you know what I'm saying? He still was just such a ball of energy, and the way he performed, it was like you couldn't help but root for him and like
Mhm.
him.
And he seems like he's in a really good place now. Like he's
Yep.
matured and gotten some things, whatever, fixed, handled.
Yep,
Some of those
all of
demons
that.
that
I'm
right?
happy to see that, man. I'm happy to see that.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. For sure. All right. So switching to the Bills, you had a short stint with the Bills. The Niners play the Bills December 1st this year in Buffalo. A little scouting report on the Bills, how you think they're going to do this year, what the Niners are up against. Your thoughts?
So Buffalo, first of all, I gotta say shout out to Bills Mafia, man, because when I got down there to Buffalo, I never wanted to leave the Niners, but Buffalo put an offer on the table for me that I couldn't refuse. So, I had to make a business decision and go get that bread. But when I got down there, Buffalo fans was like embracing, they embraced my nickname. The crowd was yelling, Boobie, you know what I'm saying? Like after runs and stuff. And when I seen them out, they just thought it was so cool. And, it was nothing but love. So, when I got out there, it's a football town. They love their Bills. So if you wearing that Buffalo Bills logo and you one of those Bills, you the man. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, a homecoming. For real, it felt like home. Now, was it home? No, because it was so cold. I was just like, oh,
You a
I
Southern
don't know.
boy, yeah.
Right. I'm a Cali boy now. I felt like a Cali boy going to Buffalo. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we got it done, because it was, it was the fans. It was the fans, it was the energy in the town. Like that was easy. Like you go places, they paying for food and, they just love their Bills. So it was easy to play for them and be there. But but I think this year they team gonna be kind of different. No, it's definitely not kind of different. It's gonna be a lot different. But I think they still got talent. Now I think we're gonna have to take a wait and see approach to see how all the new pieces gel together and see how they go. But from last year to this year, they still got Josh Allen, who I think is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Total package, rocket arm, speed on the field. Big boy. Not afraid of contact. So I love his energy. I love the way he played the game. So they're gonna always have a chance with him. So I can't wait to see how it look. I can't wait to see how it look, honestly. Oh
Jess
yeah.
wait, go ahead.
Yeah. When we play them, it's gonna be hard for me. I might just wear a split jersey to the game.
Okay, you stole my question.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say Jess is very professional. Give us a scouting report. That was very. I'm like, screw all that. Who are you rooting for on game day?
I was the
colors you wearing? That was my question.
And I knew it was coming from somebody. I was like, let me go and get ahead of it. I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think I'm gonna just wear a split jersey. I'm gonna wear a split jersey to the game, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be red and blue, and they just gonna have to deal with it. Everybody's just gonna have to deal with it. I don't care how they feel; they just gonna have to deal with it.
All right. I guess I can deal with it.
Either way, I'm gonna come out that game a winner. Either way, so I'm looking forward to it.
You in a win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation. I'm gonna go down there and have a great time. I ain't been back to Buffalo in a while. They might be a little mad at me for that, but it's all good. I already told him it was too cold for me down there.
Uh-huh.
But I can't wait to get back down there and enjoy the fans, enjoy the scenery, and enjoy the game.
Did you ever meet Hammer that owns Hammer's Lot? He owns
Uh,
property there. He does a podcast and seemingly very well known in the Buffalo Bills Mafia arena. He's a pretty wild character.
Yeah, definitely it is. I think I know where you're talking about. I've probably been over there a couple different times, but I don't know, man. When it get cold out there in Buffalo, man, you want to stay in the house with the heat in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying. Go ahead, Maddie.
I was going to say, you were huge on special teams. Would you like to play under these new rules that they got coming out this year?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. I don't really care about I do care about the rules. Let me not do that. But if they playing football, we can play football on the concrete. You know what I'm saying? In the dirt. Like I'm with it. I don't, just let's throw the ball out there. Let us go.
Right. So I have a George Kittle question for you. He's my favorite player, and I was wondering if you've ever met him.
Yeah. I've talked to George on the sideline. Matter of fact, he signed a jersey for him last year, which I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? But him, Brock, Debo, I forgot who else. I got Fred. Man, those guys are so cool to hang around. I know I was at training camp practices and I walked up to him and I was like, man, could you get to, sign a jersey for me? And, they all got it done. So I was like, man, I like these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I got one from C-Mac. It was nothing to them. Or at least they acted like it wasn't. So I love them group of guys. I love all of them. So I can't wait to see what they do this year. I hope they all do great. And it's all love over here.
All right. So I got one more for you.
Okay.
The Brandon Ayuk contract. Is he, are we signing him? Are we trading him? What are your thoughts?
If we smart, we'll just sign him if we smart. But I think it's still some negotiation that probably needs to go on. Like I'm pretty sure he want a nice bag. So they kind of got to keep on playing with the numbers to kind of see if we can get him at least close to the number he wants. So I got my fingers crossed. I hope they sign him. I felt the same way about Debo as I feel about him a couple years ago when this was happening.
Yeah.
Like pay the man. He had 1,400 yards last year. I don't think you just let a 1,400 yard receiver walk.
Yeah.
You're not just going. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that they can figure it out. Come to an agreement. If they can't get him everything he wants, at least get him close to what he wants. And hopefully IU could give him a little small discount a little bit. Like, I'm like, dude, give him a discount.
A couple of mil, just a couple of mil,
Yeah, just a couple of mil, you know what I'm saying? We'll get it on the back end or something like that.
Exactly. Get you on the back end, Get you on the comeback.
But I know those guys. If I know those guys, and if they anything like my guys, we all trying to get every penny we can get while we still got them fresh legs and we can still run around. Because once you start breaking down and it get rough, it's over for you. And they show you the business side. And you know what I'm saying? This thing, you getting released or traded. So, those guys try to squeeze every penny out of it that they can.
Brandon Ayuk is definitely an important part of Brock Purdy's game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I think he's a fan favorite. Like he the way he got his game and how he turned up this year. He blocked, he run, all of that. Catch it. Like what he can't do, he do everything. So,
Yeah. So I have one more question for you as well. Have you found a good biscuit spot out there in Cali?
Good biscuit spot. You know what? I've been trying to cut away from the biscuits, but I don't know. I just if I really need a biscuit, I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna just Drive down the street real quick,
keeping
hit
it simple.
McDonald's, get that number 4. I already know my number, but get the number 4. You know, no hesitation. And yeah. So what spot do you recommend? You got some spots for me?
I don't have a good spot there. I mean, I'll make them homemade, but when you're traveling,
Well, you might need to send me some in the mail. Send me
well,
some
I
in the
can
mail.
do that. I make cookies too, so
Once again, she will. Yeah.
Let me get both of those, though.
100%
Let me get
will.
both of those then.
All right. I'll make you some Boobie Dixon jerseys.
Yes.
Niners
My
jerseys.
favorite. You
No
a fan
Buffalo.
favorite now. You definitely a favorite over here now. But
Waiter
yeah, if I
man
need a
Mark.
biscuit real quick, it's either McDonald's or Popeyes. I like
All right,
Popeyes
all
biscuits
right.
too.
I didn't know if you found like a good little hole in the wall spot somewhere, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah.
I got tailgating.
Right. I got a couple little hole in the wall spots that I like to, dabble with a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I
Quick
heard you
Going to
went
the home opener?
last year too, didn't you? To the NFC Championship game.
Huh?
You went to Philly to the NFC Championship game
Yeah,
and came
2
out
years.
for a tailgate party.
The worst. I'm never
Terrible.
going back.
It was a wild experience. I went to the game, and the fans are always off the chains, right?
Yeah. But we got our payback on them, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really like the atmosphere for real. The atmosphere is very toxic. Very toxic. So I've been to other games on the road where they fans was way more like they was handing us drinks, and you know what I'm saying? Like even the Cowboys and they arrival. But when I went to the Cowboys game, that they was handing us drinks and beers and stuff. They was so nice. But those Eagle fans, man, they just so nasty. I'm good.
You played in the SEC, like you should be used to that at this point. You know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah, but I was on the bus walking in the stadium during those times. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really hanging out in the crowd and going to the game. So that's kind of been a new experience for me. So I always felt the energy on the bus going into the game, but being out there and seeing it live is a different type of story.
Intimidating on some level, yeah.
Are you going to the home opener against the Jets?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Will y'all be there?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
We plan on being out there. You got to come holler at us.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all just hit me up. I'll come through. I usually walk through the parking lot for about an hour, hang out with the fans, and just kind of enjoy the atmosphere, because I'm a retired guy. So now I get to be a fan and just hang out and enjoy all that stuff. So I've been having fun doing that.
Cool.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Well, Boobie, thank you so much.
Real quick. I want to know, we know everyone knows your nickname. We know where it comes from, blah, blah, blah. Hey, did your family, though, ever gravitate to it? Do they call you Boobie? Or they like, man, I ain't calling you that?
No, they know what it is, man. My mom, now she was kind of like, what? I ain't naming you that. But
see, that's what I really wanted to know, but I ain't want to ask because moms,
Mama, like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that. That's gonna be the little spinoff for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I earned it for my performance, and I watched the Friday Night Lights movie. He wasn't that bad. I mean, I know he got hurt in the end, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's cool if you ask me. So I was just like, we good, baby. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boobie Dixon, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me.
We'd love to have you on again down the road.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just let me know, hit me up, and I'll be there.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Go Niners.
Go
Niners. Thank y'all for having me.
Bang bang.
Thanks,
Bang
Boobie.
bang. All right, y'all have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Yep.
Boobie Dixon. All right.
Yeah.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Speaking of biscuits,
he's
R.I.P.
really cool.
Red
I like him.
Lobster. Like straight up.
Oh,
Like the
yeah,
Red
yeah,
Lobster
yeah,
biscuits.
right?
They're going out of business.
Oh,
You
those
take a hot
biscuits are
minute.
awesome.
So I don't. Yeah, like they sell those in stores, and you can actually
Yes.
buy the biscuit.
You can
Yeah,
buy the mix.
Uh-huh.
legit.
So is the mix going
Yeah,
to
you
go
gotta
away
mix.
too?
I hope
have no
not.
idea. I mean, I make
Oh.
homemade southern biscuits, but I was just wondering if Boobie knew like a good little breakfast spot around the stadium.
I found a good breakfast spot out there a couple of years ago. I have to find it. It was really good. I just can't remember the name of it, and I don't remember what town it was in because I don't remember if it was like between San Francisco and San Jose or if it was like some other thing. So, yeah. But there was a couple of good spots that I found.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are
Yeah,
awesome
busy tonight.
as always. Yeah, so that was cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely a cool guy. And Becca, you're gonna have to send him some biscuits and cookies.
I
Yep.
already wrote down Boobie cookies. and not Boobie cookies in that way.
I just hope that doesn't get confused with some other sort of shorthand. Like I hope that wasn't like, oh, like 2, 1, like I didn't junior, senior. I wasn't sure. Like I wasn't.
So Ty was almost gonna go to the nickname as well, because in high school, Becky Boob was my nickname instead of Betty Boop.
Oh,
Becky
yeah.
Boob was
Yep.
the nickname. So you know we're brethrens in the Boobie nickname.
Yep.
that has to be like a thing like around the country because the girl I went to school with, same name. They called her Boopsy. They always called her that. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I do know why, but we're not going to talk about it here. Anyways, can I ask 2 questions, football related, real quick? 2 really important football questions. If you guys have caught it, please let me know. But I have literally been searching the internet for 2 days, and I can't find an answer to 2 simple questions. Or actually, it's 1 simple question with about 2 people. Where the hell are Cam Latu and Jacob Cowing? Like, where are these people? What are you doing? Where? What? Why? What are you doing? What is going on? That's what I want to know. Like those 2. Yeah, all the stuff going on. I want to know what is going on with those 2. What is up?
I was surprised at that. I know Jacob Cowing was at rookie minicamp.
Yeah.
Did he get
should
hurt?
be around
Did he
now.
tweak something? Is there a physical thing that's like the lack of information about this stuff? Like, I wouldn't care if they're like, oh, it's a personal matter. Just say it's a personal matter.
Yeah.
What? Why is it left up in the air? And there's no second tight end right now. There's literally no second tight end. Like,
Braden Willis
what are
was
we
there.
doing?
Yeah,
I said he
I
was
saw like a clip where Braden Willis was blocking like
Mhm.
the blocks that George Kittle does next to
Yeah.
like Colton McKivitz or Trent Williams, you know. And I saw the block and I'm like, oh Lord.
All right. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. Last I heard, he was going to be an H-back, so that's why I was a little surprised with that. But you know,
Yeah. But
I just
out of necessity, he might be TE too. You never know.
And right, like I mean, I thought the Brock Wright move was almost a little desperate. Like we're so concerned about money right now with Ayuk and this and that. We're gonna toss 14 mil to a backup tight end. Like what the hell's going on with the tight ends? Like why can't we find someone behind George Kittle? Like it blows me away. Because and they've recycled so many guys over the years. They tried Croft, the guy from Washington. What the hell was his name? That was behind him for a little bit.
Jordan.
Jordan Reed.
Yeah, Jordan Reed. Thank you.
Jordan.
Like, just whatever. Thank you, sir. Everything. Like they can't seem to get that position right for some reason. Just maddens me. And then like, I don't know. The thing with Latu just blows me away. Like, dude, you were drafted last year. Are you trying to make this roster? Are you hurt? Like, and if you're hurt, like, yeah.
I feel like if they were hurt though, they would have said something.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
Of some way.
This franchise is so transparent most of the time that it's almost annoying. And like, there's this little like, you know, because from what I read yesterday, there was no Cowing in anything. He wasn't getting reps. He was there, but he wasn't getting any reps. Like,
Yeah,
what are you doing if you're not getting reps? Did you is your ankle sore from last week or something? Like, we got a little something going on. Like, those are two things that really like kind of raised my eyebrow. The Christian McCaffrey thing raised my eyebrow a little bit, but at the same time, like, dude, the guy gets the ball every hour of every second of every game. Like, if he doesn't want to hang out at OTAs, frankly, I don't blame him. Pretty sure he's getting married this summer too. So, you know, like, or just got married or is, like, he's probably got some shit going on, dude. Like, not worried about that one right now. So I'm not going to stress about that one too much. Plus, I'm pretty sure he's the highest paid running back right now anyway on the market. So, like, what more exactly are you going to want? Right? Like, so even though that's a whole other conversation for a whole other time, but it's kind of a tough little thing to navigate there. But OTAs shouldn't be this stressful, man.
It is voluntary, though.
But yeah.
You know, but I see your point that like Cam Latu and Jacob Cowing should be there.
Yeah, like those are reps.
They really should.
If there's anything we learned from the Trey Lance thing, literally the one thing we learned is your boy needs reps, right? Yeah. Like, and if he misses it because he's injured or because of this or because of that, those reps don't come back. So
it's just the lack of news of it all. It's the lack of a report.
Yes.
It's so like odd. You say nothing and no one asks the question of, hey, where's your young rookie you just drafted? Why isn't he participating? Come on.
People are so fixated on the fact that like Nick Bosa is there.
Yeah.
You know, there were a lot of like Nick Bosa questions and, you know, and stuff like that, that it just, I don't know. It was the press conferences yesterday were kind of weird.
They very, very.
I don't know.
It's almost like you need someone from the outside and someone who's not in the Bay Area vortex to ask these questions. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
send me.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, this is a global team, gang. Like, this is not
exactly
like this isn't some.
But these are common sense questions at that.
Yeah.
Like,
and this isn't like some sort of like bad media crew by any means, but I'm just like, where's the little stuff? You know, like that sort of thing is kind of important. Like, I want to know what the hell's going on with Cam Latu. Like,
I guess the writers have to dust off some rust as well.
I guess it's OTAs for them.
It is. It must be. They're
so busy making up stuff over the summer when there's no football going on. Now they got to use their brains to be like, hey.
Forget that there's actual questions to ask.
Yeah. Maybe I can ask a real question now. Let me think.
And the thing is, I wouldn't have even asked these questions had they not been posting on social media who was there and who wasn't, right?
And that's the thing.
I wouldn't have known. So you've given me this information. Now I need a couple more details. Why were these two guys?
Can you do some reporting and add some context to it?
The Jennings not signing the listen, Ty. Context. Let's just.
That's asking for way too much, I know. But still,
let's just hold it up there, Clydesdales. Hold it up. Like, that's kind of one of those deals. You know what I mean? Jennings not signing the tender. That's a flex play to get to not have to show up to OTAs and to make a statement that you kind of want a long-term deal. But I think it's great that you've made that statement, but I think it's a little late to make that statement because they've already drafted at least 2 replacements for somebody, right?
Good night, Tony.
Like, somebody's got to do something. Take it easy, Tony. I don't know. It blows me away. It blows me away that your 4th rounder is MIA a week after rookie minicamp that he was at, apparently, and was wowing people. And then the other tight end doesn't have an injury, isn't on the injured report, but isn't taking part in anything, but is there. Those 2 things do not make any sense, gang. They just don't.
So I figured like now would be a good time to do a little breaking news for the show for next week.
Brace yourself, people.
Yeah.
Brace for impact.
Yeah, this is actually pretty cool for us and for everybody. But we are having Jeff Garcia on next Wednesday.
Number
So
5.
yeah, number 5. So turn on your notifications. You know, if you
Tell your
haven't already,
friends.
make sure you subscribe to us. Tell other Niner
February.
fans.
Right. Tell a friend to tell a
Tell
friend.
other Giant fans. You know, as we're going back to that 0-2 win. Yeah, we got I'm pretty excited to have Jeff Garcia next week.
That'll be good.
Pretty cool
Each one of
stuff.
you better just have one question, because he's going to talk for a while. After that one question, he'll answer 6 others. So just have one.
Yeah,
a good one.
I'm gonna start like preparing, because I prepare for every show, so I'm gonna start preparing now
Yeah,
and
like
get my
you're not
nerves out. Get my nerves
there
out.
won't
You know,
there won't be
before.
much. He'll yeah, Jeff Garcia has things to say. He has things on his chest, so he'll carry us for a good long while. Looking forward to that.
Well, that's
Looking forward
awesome.
to that.
So yeah, guys, make sure you tune in next week for Jeff Garcia.
My sign, Jeff Garcia, hanging in the background.
Pterodome, this actually, like, now my mom calls me Barbara Walters as well, so this actually, like,
I love that. I love
yeah,
that your
this
mom
has
calls you Barbara
gained
Walters.
some, you know, momentum
Nothing
here.
has made me happier this week.
There you go.
Legit.
Yeah,
That was
so
the best day ever when your mom was like, Barbara Walters over here.
yeah, yeah. So thank you, Pterodome. Appreciate that. So have you guys paid attention, like, to like the rookie mini camp and to like the OTAs at all, as like who's doing what? And because what I'm going to tell you, like, kind of what irks me is that, like, people are saying that, like, oh, Brock Purdy did horrible. He missed like 4 throws. You know, Ricky Pearsall isn't going to cut it. You know, like, I'm like paraphrasing, but some of the stuff I'm seeing is like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this now? We're like 2 days into OTAs. There was rookie mini camp that, you know, just pretty much the guys showing up like, hey, we're here, you know, that type deal. What are your thoughts, guys?
Wow, I'm stunned that 49ers fans are negative this early in the offseason. I am floored by this. This is absolutely stunning to me.
Shocking.
I mean, it's not a quarterback controversy, so
yeah, but that's the thing, right? They have to have something. Well, Brock Purdy doesn't look well. You know, most of these receivers were like catching passes from dubs, you know, for the last however long that they were catching them for, right? They weren't catching them from pro throwers. I can tell you that much for most of it. And a lot of these guys too, like, it's pretty natural for a lot of these rookies to start having a breakdown right now. And do you guys, like, I know you guys do, but you guys in the audience, do you have any idea how much football these guys have had to play right now since, like, their last break last year? They don't typically get any sort of break after their college season ends. They go directly into pro training. Like, boom. That is it. The ones that are serious, the ones that actually want to go do something and you know, make something of themselves, they go directly into pro training, which is basically like putting yourself in basic training without, like, getting woken up at 3:30 a.m. Like, and maybe you are. I don't really know. Some of these people do some weird ass training things. And it's not just with rubber bands and stuff. But, like, they are out and they are just going and going and going, and reps and football and football and reps and football 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And it's the first time that they're not having to deal with juggling college classes or their high school football practice, their college football practice or high school football practice, all that stuff. It's weight room, nutrition. It's and then it's the combine, it's the draft, and then right after that, like, you know, the next week, you're off to rookie camp. They've had no break. So they're trying to learn, after learning all these things, right, you know, about just how to be a pro. Now you have to learn how to be a pro for the team that has drafted you to be a pro. You have to learn this system that Kyle Shanahan's only been working on since the dawn of time, or at the very least the last 30 years, right? And I can guarantee you he has things in there from his dad, so it probably goes 30 years further than that. So you've probably got 60 years of stuff, plus everything that you could possibly imagine from the West Coast offense, because Bill Walsh used to film all of his practices and meetings and all that other stuff, and that's still at the
All in the
archive.
building.
Please, for the love of God, send me out there someday so I can just sit out there, just watch it. I'll bring my own popcorn. Like, that just keeps so yeah. 4 passes get dropped on OTAs. Gosh golly, I think maybe that might happen. Like, it's a big deal. These guys have big shoes to fill. They're not Brandon Ayuk. They're not Jawan Jennings, right? They're Danny Gray and Ricky Pearsall, and they're catching passes from a guy who's finally at OTAs as the starter, really for the first time, and being able to run them for the first time as a starter in the offseason. So, yeah, there's going to be a few things here and there. But this is when you want those things to be here and there, okay? I don't want these things to be things in August or September or October or, say, January, February. I don't want it during those times. So this is when that stuff gets out. So, yeah, that's kind of what practice is for, gang. Okay?
One of these days I'll get that right.
I know. The last
we are never going to get that right, and I think that's
No.
what makes it great, because it moves on us every week. Like, we really don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Unless you're doing just straight up and down.
yeah, unless you're
Going
like,
got it
this and that
easy,
way,
yeah.
like
yeah, and then it's like,
Your last point is
Yeah.
is spot on. It's practice. It's the time when you're running drills and trying things, and it's not going to be pretty and perfect. I pay no attention to that until you're exactly right. We start getting into August, now the rubber starts to meet the road, because you got to get ready for the season. But the rest of it is just people wanting something to complain about.
Yeah. I mean, we are smarter than that. We understand the mechanics of football.
I would try
Like
to point to the corner, but
receivers and
Please, then.
a quarterback and a receiver has to get on the same page. They have to know, okay, I'm going to run this 5-yard out, and I need to run it a certain way, and you need to throw it at a certain time. Chemistry, people, right? We talk about how Brandon Ayuk and Brock Purdy has all this chemistry. Well, these new guys, they don't have chemistry with Brock. It takes time. They got to build it up. And when they a guy dropped the pass, how did he drop it? Did it hit him right in his hands and he just dropped it? Or did he run
behind him?
Did he run an incorrect route and try to adjust and, dropped it that way? Or was the pass behind him? Once again, no context in this stuff. They just throw it out there.
None.
Oh, it was he dropped 4. Oh, he's terrible. 4. That's a problem for the brain. Oh, man.
And to Callie's comment here about Pearsall being a bust already, CJ Stroud was so hot on this guy and so upset that they didn't get to draft him. He was so hyped about Ricky Pearsall. So I find it hard to believe that he's a bust already. The guy hasn't caught a single NFL snap in regular season. So, the people that are out there saying that, clearly the coaches saw something. We'll see. I mean, some people do end up being a bust in the first round, but I don't know. We'll have to let that play out. But there are a lot of people who liked him a lot.
And Maddie, at the Dwight Clark Legacy Series, Matt Mayoko asked Brock Purdy, if he's, I guess, worked out with anybody or thrown to anybody. And Brock, Brock's been throwing to Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, I mean, so, the guy's got the work ethic you want, right? Like, there was one common denominator with every single player that the 49ers drafted this year. They would all run through a wall if you told them that on the other side, the 6th Lombardi was on the other side of that wall, right? They would all run through that wall. They would find a way. Ricky Pearsall just fits right in with that stuff. And the dude is learning to be a receiver. And he played. It's not like he played in some dub league somewhere. Like, he played in the SEC for a while. Okay, they play a fairly high level of football there. He's been beaten around before. He's been knocked around. He's going to get some NFL knockaround time. But he's also, I'm assuming that this coaching staff is well aware that he can scarf up everything that this offense has for an option, right? Like this is like In-N-Out. He knows the secret menu, right? He knows animal style. He knows this, whatever it is, like he knows he should be able to know the secret menu. And this is his chance to get that unlocked. So working out with Brock Purdy, wherever he's working out with Brock Purdy, and the stuff that I saw from, the stuff that, they've been using a lot of the Dwight Clark Legacy series from last week as a lot of content. You're going to see that as a lot of content here for the next few weeks. But the conversations that you saw them having, you saw Brock Purdy wasn't just sitting there. If you go back and watch those videos, you can see him on YouTube. Brock Purdy's not sitting there looking at his watch, dude. Like, he's not like, I got to get out of here. You know what he's doing? He's sitting there listening to Steve Young drop knowledge. He's sitting there listening to Jeff Garcia drop knowledge. He's sitting there listening to Alex Smith drop knowledge. And when you look at those three quarterbacks, yeah, Joe Montana, wasn't in the building, and that kind of sucks. But stop and look at those three quarterbacks and look at where they all came from. Young was drafted early, had a bunch of different things, and then the league that paid for him went bankrupt, and then he went to Tampa and got screwed out there, right? Like Tampa having Bo Jackson and Steve Young as rookies and then doing nothing with either one of them is the NFL, one of the NFL's amazing world things that like just shows you how you can be stupid and how stupid you can be just by being a little bit stupid, right? So that happens, and then you've got Alex Smith, who comes in as the number 1 overall pick. All of these expectations, you are the savior of the 49ers, right? And then they jerk him around for 7 years with 14 different offensive coordinators and 37 different head coaches and not many good offensive lines, right? So, like, he's going to suffer through all of that. There was absolutely no, like, I will always be a little angry with Alex Smith for the Giants NFC title game, but I will also understand and take into context the fact that he even got to that point is because Jim Harbaugh did a massive salvage job on him. Because honestly, for him to even be at the league at that point and starting for the 49ers is fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating. Like, dude was plucky, stuck with it, deserved it. Yes, I wish he'd beaten the Giants, but damn it, that's just how it goes, right? Like, but the dude earned his stripes, and I mean, he played good in the playoffs, clearly. So ask New Orleans about that. So
it wasn't his fault we lost that Giants game.
Right. Nope. And then you've got Garcia. Garcia's telling the story about how Bill Walsh told him if you didn't get drafted, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get you over in NFL Europe. Your last name's Garcia. You can play for Barcelona. He's like, I don't think that's how that works. He goes, no, Jeff, they'll love you over there. They'll love you. And I could just, and you can see like Steve Young over on the side just laughing, and then he'll jump in and be like, yeah, I've gotten those conversations with Bill Walsh before. So like you just see him there soaking that all up. And I don't remember some of the other quarterbacks previously that were in they were there, they were around, and I'm sure they could have used them as a reference, but like, I don't know. I didn't see them like taking every opportunity and advantage to soak up anything from anybody like a sponge like Brock did. It was just a different vibe. It was very like, let's sit under the learning tree, not let's talk about what I've accomplished so far in my 2-year career. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference between that dude and how other dudes are wired. So no, I'm not worried about this team. Yes, will this team look different next year? Of course it will. It looks different this year already, okay? It's going to look different every year moving forward. But your constant moving forward is going to be Brock Purdy. And if your constant moving forward is your quarterback and it's because he's good, then you're in good damn shape, and this window will stay open for a very long time by hook or by crook.
Maddie, Sin wants to know why Joe wasn't there.
Nobody has given, I'm sure there was, I don't know, who knows? Joe Montana, man. You never know. Right? Like, it's Joe Montana. He can do whatever the hell he wants. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
He might be in a bunker in Napa. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Never know.
Montana. Yeah.
All right. So if you guys don't have anything else, let's go to that hurry up offense and the 2-minute warning.
It is ready, set, go.
Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit, and I just want to say it's OTAs, or voluntary OTAs, because I've seen reports like people are complaining that George Kittle's there, but he's doing nothing. People really need to take a breath and chill, and just enjoy the fact that the guys are back together again. That's the main important thing. Yeah, that's the main important thing. The guys are back together again, around each other. Football is revving up. Just have some perspective.
Becca?
Hail State. Thanks, Boobie, for coming on. That was fun. I guess there's been another successful tight end university in the books. And happy birthday to Mooney Ward. A big shout out to Purdy and Kittle for the miles of entertainment for the shotgunning beers at the Luke Combs concert at Levi Stadium.
Awesome.
A great offseason so far, I think, from everything I can see. Hopefully we get Ayuk signed and get that done and over with so we can get on with some football. But, yeah, go Niners.
Boobie D, thank you for coming on. It was great having you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome as always. It is voluntary OTAs. The regular season can't get here fast enough. George Kittle had muscle core surgery, so that's why he is not practicing, and along with Charvarius Ward, they should be ready for training camp. But as always, go Niners. Go ahead, Maddie.
Someone, for the love of God, get us an update on Cam Latu and Jacob Towery. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's what I need from this week. I understand they're voluntary. Those are two people that should be raising their hands saying, ooh, pick me, pick me. So I don't understand what's going on there. You either want it or you don't. So, unless there's something else holding them up, I want to know why. So I'm glad. Dawn, I'm really glad your sister had a good time at that concert. That looked like.
Ooh, Dawn, you got to share some pictures. You got to DM me with some pictures.
Wow.
I'd like to see.
Oh, front row,
you don't mind.
Looked like a pretty good time. Also, I'm going to post what games I have left for my season tickets available this week. So if you guys are looking to get your tickets all set and not have it go up, down, and be insanely expensive, and also get your tickets right away as opposed to being held until whenever or whatever it is. Or maybe you don't want to pay fees and you'd rather just pay me. I'm cool with that too. We'll figure it out. I'll post that up later this week on NinersNE.com.
If you guys missed Boobie Dixon, go back and check out the replay. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please join us next week while we have Jeff Garcia joining us. We will see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. As always, go Niners.
Go Niners.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end